Here we are back again under the shady tree, and today we're going to be installing a tonneau cover that I got from eBay. It was about $430 shipped, and looks like we have some weather stripping, a little LED, and then this might be our hardware right here. All right, hard folding tonneau cover, parts list, seal strip right there, front clamps, 2 of them, 4 rear clamps right there, triangle screw, it says 2 of them right here, and a light. And then we also get a little baggie with some spare parts. We have our little seal installed on the bulkhead here, side to side. We have now sat it on top as instructed. These are literally both touching the cab. This seal down here, I'm not sure how well it'll seal, but I guess we'll see once everything is said and done, because you know that's as far as forward as you can go, and those are just touching right up against the cab. I lined it up using these little lines right there. So yeah, let me go ahead and get these front clamps in and then extend it out, make sure everything's lined up properly. All right, so these little brackets, they're gonna go under there on that rod, and then they go under the bed rail like this, right? The rod goes through, and then on the bottom side you tighten in those bolts right there, right? Or the, I don't know what you'd call them, wing nuts, triangle nuts, whatever, but you know, that's how you tighten it, right? The problem is these were not drilled out completely, so the bolt doesn't fit. Now I have some power tools here that I'm going to be using to fix it. However, if you don't, this might be an issue that you'll encounter. Once again, here's a before. I don't know if you can really tell, but there's a lot of material there in the way. That should help. All right, so while I was down there, you know, installing those little brackets, I noticed that sunlight was coming in through these corners. So it turns out it has this little lip, a little rubber lip there that you can push up and over the seal. Mind you, this was not in the instructions. It might be common sense to some, but I definitely missed it. But I think now it'll definitely seal up. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the brackets now. All right, so the bottom of it is installed. I have to say, at the very corners, you probably can't see it from this angle, but there's a tiny bit of sunlight that gets through. Next step is to install these little clamps for the middle and the back. So so you can see they got a hole on them right there. That hole gets threaded through the rod, and then on the little clamp, you can see it's got little threads on them. So you line up the hole and that, and then you just twist it on all the way down until it's tight enough. Right, so the goal with these is that when they're in this open position, you have to get them low enough to slide under the bed rail and then give you enough room to clamp it, right? So that's too tight. So we'll give a little bit more, and we'll try it now. Looks like it's just about on there. All right, now that I got this last one, this is how it sits. Let me show you one thing that I don't like, is that these little I guess brackets, cups, they don't completely fit around the edge of the bed liner. You know, maybe it's supposed to work better if it doesn't have the drop-in liner, but it's still, you know, this was supposed to be a plug-and-play solution. I might have to modify them myself and grind them out a little bit. You know, like I said, you had to do that. I had to grind out the little brackets on the front for them to fit properly. So I did a little bit more work than advertised. So you might be, you know, within grounds to ask for like a partial refund or something, you know, from the seller, because, you know, it took a little bit of modification. Let me close this up and then show you a final look. All right, so here is your final product. This is what it looks like. As you can see, it's a little bit higher up in the back. I might need to tighten this a little bit more. Some of the fitment is not perfect. As you can see, it's kind of square, so it doesn't fully match the contour of the bed. But it's good. You know, it's flat. It looks like it'll seal up pretty good. Matter of fact, here, let me show you. Pull the tailgate down. It actually kind of pushes up on it right here on this little seal, which is a double-edged sword, because I wish it was a little bit easier to close. However, it's more reassuring that it's going to seal up, because it does make, you know, a harder contact there like that. You just push it in, it kind of pushes up on it a little bit. Over in the front, here's the lip that I was talking about earlier, so if water does come, it'll flow right over and out, and there's no way for the water to get in. Overall, you know, $430, is it worth it? Probably. Probably a little bit less, just because, you know, as I said, we did have to make some modifications, but it does look good. It looks sleek. I'm gonna try my luck and get some money back from the seller. But yeah, here you go.